Hello everyone, welcome in. This is Shade, or at least a very convincing audio recording. Today we are taking a look for episode 3 at our Farm to Win account. It is currently day 21 of the account. To be fair, we slowed down a little recently, both because Lost Ark dropped as well as the Valentine's Fusion dropped, so I've been focusing my main account for that. But that being said, I think it's actually a fair point because not everyone can devote just a insane amount of time to raid, and that's kind of the whole point of this is you get the time where you have it and the units that you can get, so we're using the most common units we can. They're either all farmable or summonable out of the mystery shards. Every other shard we're just holding on to for now until this entire challenge is done. So, like I said, it's day 21. This is episode 3, so a look at where we are at with things. For campaign, we are into the brutal section. I have not 100%ed normal and hard yet, but we are working on completing brutal. If we jump over into dungeons, Minotaur, we haven't really tried. That is purely just for the runs I had to do. But that's just a thing of at the moment, it's not the biggest focus because just finding gear to be able to get through a lot of things is where we're focusing all of our energy. We are up to stage 7 on Ice Golem. That gives us those 5-star drops, which is the main focus out of that spider. We have not tried at all. We will come back to that, but that's kind of the same thing as those artifact slots that you get for units is what drops out of spider, and we don't really have units who could use those anyways. Dragon has been our main focus. We are currently able to do 9. I'm trying to get the push to 10 because I really don't want those 3-star gear drops. 4 and 5s are what we're looking at right now, and especially in lifesteal sets and speed. Kind of our main focus right here, just because getting units with those two helps a lot in the early game. It helps sustain a lot of your units, especially when you're struggling to get some, such as supports and healers, as this account is. Fire Knight, we are up to 6. The reason I was getting into doing some of the Fire Knight was just because some of the events going on. Just grinding out the dungeons on those dungeons that currently are your events will just help a lot in getting a little bit extra for rewards such as your crystals, which is energy refills. Things like that. That's been the main reason we've been doing all of those. So, we have been participating in our clan boss. We normally do a hit on easy because the clan makes sure to clear that every day so that if you have a hit in there and have enough contribution, you get 2 drops. For us, the main thing that comes out of it is the essence pieces so that we don't need to farm those dungeons because we need to focus a lot right now on simply getting gear. I haven't done the keys for today, but we do pull. Let me just run this. So this is what we've got right now. We've got our starter unit. Shieldguard has been our main boy for most everything. He was our first 5-star. I brought in the Crusader because of his rally ability. Helps a lot with taking down some dungeon bosses, and then pairing that into here brings some extra damage. Dervish we have built as a main damage dealer, mostly because the multi-hit off of 1 with the heal on 2 makes her decently useful for spider. And then Jizo we've got here because of just obtaining him through the normal game or the normal play that he is one of the epic units that the game gives you, so it's a point that we make use of them as we can. Really, for faction wars, we haven't done anything yet. We just simply don't have the units built out, nor the efficiency to farm in order to get enough units to do those. So that hasn't been a concern at all. Missions. We are a decent way in. Still part 1, but we're getting there. It's just that slow, steady grind. This is a very important, good thing for everyone to do, but it's also something that takes a lot of time. So as we can complete them, we do, but it's not our main focus. Like I said, we really are trying to get out the gear drops from Dragon. We have been doing some PvP, and really I'm dropping those first points into the accuracy, getting that extra bonus accuracy on the units that is so very important throughout the game, but especially early on where it's hard to get good accuracy stats on your units while still having them be tanky or doing any amount of real damage. The tag team arena we haven't really touched on much at all, mostly because, again, we just don't have enough units to actually make out 3 teams. Technically on an account you could farm out these 3. On here I don't know that we're going to, because the point isn't to get to that point. I wanted to focus a lot on making use of lesser known units early on. Yeah, like I said, this has been the main focus, is just rushing through Dragon, just keep repeating it. There's a point, because these are all the 3 to 5 drops and I can't do a 4 or 5 yet, we run 7 because it's the most energy efficient while still supplying 5-star drops. So instead of spending 12 energy on one of these 2, we spend 10 here and farm out Dragon 7 constantly. So as you can see, it kind of functions as most normal starting teams. You get the damage dealer going through, and then really focusing on a lot of defense scaling units makes them tanky while also doing damage to help get through dungeons and different things. She is in here only because she is currently the only healing unit we have built in any regard. I really doubt I will continue using her, but in the common and uncommon, it's pretty difficult to find good healing units. So it's going to be a lot of reaching into, when we do summon rares, finding a rare who will help with that. I mean, obviously Apothecary would be amazing. He is kind of your main speed boost healer that gets used in regular accounts. He can easily get used in endgame accounts. It's an amazing unit, so being able to pull an Apothecary would be huge and really kind of push all of our dungeon teams ahead. Yeah, like I said, it's a short video. These are just our check-ins on the Farm to Win account, and that is going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next week for the next update.